guys, the Brad Lloyd.
And the Ashlyn Lloyd.
That's right, I've got my daughter Ashlyn with me today, and we're gonna do a tour of her bedroom to give you an idea of how to incorporate HomeKit into a kid's bedroom. I've often said the process of building a smart home takes months and even years. Well, my daughter's been working on this smart bedroom for a couple of years now, often asking for accessories for birthdays and for Christmas. So today we're going to show you some of the things she's using in her smart bedroom to give you some ideas on how to add HomeKit functionality to your kid's bedroom. Okay, let's start with lighting. In the ceiling we have two Philips Hue A19 light bulbs. Now, smart light bulbs aren't typical in ceiling fixtures as they're used more for accent lighting. However, it is fun. Here's my daughter's bedside lamp, and this is just a standard light bulb that's connected to a HomeKit enabled smart outlet. Now in this case, I've chose the Philips Hue smart outlet. It connects to the Philips Hue bridge and communicates through Zigbee, so it doesn't take up my Wi-Fi and it's super fast to respond. I did consider going with the Philips Hue color chandelier light, but that's $59. On top of that, this pink lampshade, it doesn't really complement the different colors that the light bulb will give off. The Philips Hue outlet I purchased was only $35, and of course there are less expensive ones out there as well. Smart outlets can be a great way to save some money on your smart home. Over here along the headboard is the Vocolinc LS2 light strip. If you want to see a video I did comparing this light strip to both the Philips Hue and Nanoleaf light strip, then check that out up here. Now this light strip is only $49, so it's a great value and it has a good reputation within the industry. A couple things I will say, despite having a strong Wi-Fi connection in here, I do have problems with it connecting sometimes. Also, it's not terribly bright, and for a kid's bedroom, I think that's okay, but something you want to be aware of depending on where you want to put this light strip. My choice would be the Nanoleaf light strip. It's only $69.95, so it's a great value. It's much brighter and it uses threads, so it's super fast and reliable. Here we have some fairy lights, and my daughter got these for her birthday. She wanted them so bad. Not light strips, but fairy lights. And as of the time of recording this video, there are not HomeKit enabled fairy lights. So these are not HomeKit compatible, unfortunately. These do work with Amazon or can be controlled in the Tuya app or with the included remote control. You can change the colors and there's some pretty cool effects that you can do. So like I said, this is not HomeKit compatible. However, I've added a HomeKit enabled smart plug. Now this is the Miros dual outlet. I can control two different accessories off of this one outlet. So I have the fairy lights on one side, and on the other side, I've got this lava lamp plugged in. Now, the only downside to using a smart outlet with something like this is I can't control the colors or any of the effects. When I turn these lights on, the color returns to its previous state, which 90% of the time for my daughter is purple. Now these lights for the price are great, especially for a kid's bedroom, so I will make sure to link them in the description below. Here we have the Philips Hue Go Light, and this thing's pretty awesome because it provides great colorful accent lighting that can be either plugged in or taken on the go. So like most Philips Hue lights, you can change this to whatever color you want, and unplugged, it'll last between 2.5 to 18 hours. The most common use for us when it's unplugged is for our children's fort. I'm also looking forward to taking this camping this year. Here we have the Vocolinc Flower Bud Diffuser, and my daughter loves this thing. She definitely has the best smelling room in the house. The Flower Bud has both a diffuser as well as a mood light exposed to HomeKit. So even if you don't want to use the diffuser, you can still turn on the mood light. In the Home app, you can turn the diffuser and mood light on or off and set the humidity level. Within the Vocolinc app, there's some additional effects that you can choose, such as flow, blink, and breathe. These same effects are also available on the Vocolinc light strip that I showed you earlier. All right, let's talk about some switches and controls. So we have a HomePod Mini in this room, so my daughter can control all of these lights and accessories with her voice, but it's really nice having physical controls that you can use. So starting over here, this is the Philips Hue remote. You can see it's magnetic. It can be taken on or off pretty easily. And on this remote, it's got an on button, an off button, and a couple buttons in the middle that you can use for dimming. Now within HomeKit, you can assign a function to each of these buttons. There's no long or double presses here, but you can assign each one of these buttons to perform a function or set a scene. In the Philips Hue app, you can use multiple presses to set some different scenes. I do have a separate scene for all of the lights that turn on and a separate scene for all of the lights that turn off, and I use the corresponding on and off buttons on the Philips Hue remote. Now, one issue I do have with this dimmer is it doesn't replace the light switch. So this light switch needs to stay in the on position in order for it to work. You can get around that by adding the Lutron Aurora. This is something, I don't have one here, but I'm a big fan of those, and I'll link a video I did up here if you want to check that out. For my daughter's closet, I'm using the Lutron Caseta Smart Switch. This is an on and off switch, and it's connected to an Eve window and door sensor. When I open the door, the light turns on, and when I close the door, the light turns off. And thanks to Thread, it responds almost immediately. I did a video just specifically about the Eve window and door sensor, so I'll make sure to link that one up here so you can check it out. My daughter has an Eve button on her bedside table. This is a great looking button. It looks very similar to the Eve Weather or the Eve Room if you're familiar with those. In fact, when I got this for my daughter, she wondered why I was putting an Eve Weather in her bedroom. Now this button right beside her bed makes it really easy for her to be able to control scenes and turn lights on and off without always relying on her HomePod Mini. It comes with these rubber feet that make it really easy to grip any surface so the button doesn't move all around. This is a Bluetooth button, so it does tend to lag sometimes. You do need to make sure that if you go with a button like this, then you're going to be close to a home hub so that you have proper Bluetooth range. Another option would be an Eve Extend if you don't have an Apple TV or HomePod nearby. I do have to thank Eve for sending me this free of charge to test it out. It's been an amazing addition to Ashlyn's room because kids just need to have physical smart controls. This has 3 different functions: a single press, a double press, and a long press. But by using Siri shortcuts, you can actually expand this by up to 6 with a simple if-else statement. So if the lights are turned on already and she presses this, then the lights will turn off. If the lights are off and she presses this, then the lights will turn on. For a double press, she uses her relax scene, and then a long press turns on just her bedside lamp and her bed light strip. Basically, this is just about getting feedback from your kid and understanding how they want to use their lights. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the HomePod Mini. In my opinion, this is the star of the show. I think these are great in kids' bedrooms. We actually have one in all 3 of our bedrooms, and I've done a recent video, a HomePod in every room. Check it out if you haven't already. There's a whole section on the HomePod Mini just for kids. Physical buttons are great, being able to turn lights on and off, but with the HomePod Mini you can control specific accessories or set other creative scenes that your child has come up with. Hey Ashlyn, what are some of your favorite things about the HomePod Mini?
Good question, Dad. Some of my favorite things about the HomePod Mini are being able to check the weather so I know what to wear in the morning. I also like to play music and send funny intercom messages to my brother.
Okay, that is it for my daughter's bedroom tour. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, then please give the video a thumbs up. It definitely does help the channel. Now, any of these accessories are great on their own, but as you add more, you can create some really cool scenes and automations. And this room is not a finished product. There's lots more things that I would love to add. Smart blinds would be a great addition. I'd love to add an Eve room in here so I can monitor the environment. And wouldn't some nano leaf shapes look great on this wall? I think my daughter would agree with that. Also, like I said earlier, these fairy lights are not HomeKit compatible. I'd love it if a company like Twinkly finally gets HomeKit support so I can replace these with something that is native to HomeKit. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.